everybody doing? I was trying to figure out how to get the overlay off. Wait a minute. I know what the deal is. There we go. I still had the YouTube side open. I was like, why is it playing again? Because the YouTube side was on. All right, so how's everybody doing? Let's start all over. Welcome in. I'm Pam with Be Creative Crafts. If you are catching the replay, thank you so very much. All righty, let's see who we have here. Miss Nancy, welcome in. She said she is working on another beat amigurumi for the craft fair on Saturday. Her hands are going to need a break, y'all. She is really cranking out the amis. She's made so many crochet things for her craft fair. She's done amazing work. Okay, let's scroll back up. There's Mr. Rudy saying what time it is. Hey, Miss Lisa, welcome in. Hello, Miss Kimberly. Welcome in. Okay. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I was reading a book. Alrighty, let me set that over here. Okay, first things first. Let me show y'all. So here's the little swatch. And here's my little tails. I still need to weave them in. Hey, Mom, welcome in. I still need to weave them in. But this has been washed several times. And y'all, it is so very, very soft. But the knots are hanging up. The knots are they're doing well. They're not even attempting to come undone. Holding up well is what I was trying to say. Hello, Miss Karen. Welcome in. But I do need to weave in the tails. But this is just my little swatch. Hey, Doretha, welcome in. How have you been? So that is how that is holding up with all the little hybrid weaver knot, magic knot combo thingies. So there we go. So how's everybody been doing this week? Let me scroll up, see if I have missed anything. So my week has been fairly good. I've made a few videos, did a couple of shorts, some for this platform, some for others. But that is what I have been doing this week. Mr. Tinykins has already come and sat down on the desk. Karen said my flower is pretty. That one? That flower here? This is this was taken from a picture off of my phone of a rose in my yard, and I had it turned into a paint by number. Hey, Liz, welcome in. How are you tonight? Miss Lisa said she got her yarn on Monday, so she will be starting the Jericho blanket soon. Fantastic! What colors did you pick out? And Liz saying hello to everybody in chat. And Kimberly said, I love that. Yes, Miss Kimberly, the pajama quilter, is the originator of the quilt Jericho. It is her pattern initially from quilt that I reimagined into crochet. Oh, you're doing the same colors? Awesome. Yay! Then I know it's going to be beautiful. Miss Liz says, don't forget to hit that thumb, please and thank you. Yes, please and thank you. And Nancy said that earlier too, and I did not read that out. She said that before I ever came into the live. So that's what that's looking like. So, do we want to chit-chat and me crochet? Or do we want to play a game? What do y'all want to do tonight? Let me know. So today was, I had to go, get squished. It's not a whole lot of fun, but it's got to be done. Lisa says, I hate matching colors. Well, and if you're ordering it online, it's hard too, because sometimes the color that you see online when it comes in doesn't look exactly the same. So it's good when you know when somebody has matched it up for you. I agree. And I think that's why like those like crochet blanket packs and stuff, I think that's why they do so well, is because somebody's already matched up all the colors. So I do have my temperature blanket over here. I need to do the section between June. Did I finish June? Yeah. Between June and July, and then get started on July. Still a little bit behind. Mama said, were there any changes from the last time you were squished? I don't know. Went to a different place. She's going to request the thingies, but she didn't think so. Thinks everything looks good. Ladies understand, fellas. I don't know how to explain what's different. I don't know what y'all have done that would be comparable. Ladies, y'all know. There's my little ghosty that we made last week on Let's Get Crafting. And there's my little eyes. And they do glow in the dark, y'all. They do. They don't glow for long. Do I still have what I do with that paint? It's not here. Oh, here it is. I use this Folk Art Glow. So I think if I charged it up, it would it might glow longer, or if I put another coat on it. But it does glow. It does. Where's my phone? I'll show y'all what it looks like with the lights on and the lights off. Because I took a picture. Okay. So there he is. Lights on. Yeah. Lights on. Lights off. My phone, it was kind of blurry, but I had to turn the flash off because I wanted it to get the glow. So it had to, what did it have to do? Where it processes. So it took it forever, and I was trying to hold the phone still while it went through its whole thing. So. All right. Well, I'm not seeing anything coming in, so I guess I will flip my camera and we will crochet and chit chat. Because I need to get my blanket caught up is what I need to do. Nancy said AFK. I don't know what that is, but I can still hear you. Okay. Here. Okay, so here it is. So there's all the pink where our temps stayed right in the same range for many, many, many days in a row. Wait. I'm going to go ahead and knot this, and then I will turn my camera. And y'all, I did not like the Jeopardy question that was presented on the calendar for today. So, I came up with my own question. I did. Miss Kimberly she called me out one day. Not intentionally. She was asking how I came up with my questions. I don't research them. I have a calendar. Kind of like a word of the day calendar. This is a Jeopardy question of the day calendar. That's where I get my questions. It's from several years ago. But anyway, it was a psychology question, and it was okay. And I might eventually use that one. But instead, I went and got my own because I wanted it to be a happy question. Nancy says AFK, away from keys. See, you lost me on that one. I had no clue. I had no clue. Okay, so I've got this knotted. Now then, let me flip my camera. I will also show y'all the knots up close on the swatch. Hello, Miss Aisha. Welcome in. She says hi. Pam and everyone in chat. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oops, wrong button. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Gotta click all my little buttons. Okay, so here we go. So this is what it is. This is the little swatch. This is where I'm testing out the knots, that different knot that I showed y'all how to do. And look, I mean, that one still looks exactly the same. Then there's this one that's on the edge. Also still looking the same. Here's another one on the edge. Let's see. There's one. This one's hidden. This one's hidden somewhere. Where did it go? Let's see. Where did I attach you at? Oh, it's right there. But it's hit somewhere else too. Oh, I bet that's the one I started with. Okay. So this one has another knot. I guess that's all of them. No. This one had to get attached somewhere. There it is. And then there's the other knot. So all of the knots are holding up. None of them look like they are trying to come undone or anything. This has been washed and dried many times. It's very soft. This is Red Heart Super Saver. These are both, I love this yarn. And this is from, I believe that is from Michaels. Loops and Threads, maybe. But all of it's very soft. It's just 100% acrylic. And all this is so I can test that knot just to make sure to see how well it's going to hold up. And so far, holding up great. Okie dokie. So I'm going to toss that over there. And get my blanket up here. Where's my hook? There it is. Go ahead and do my little last double crochet, chain one, and turn the work. Actually, I don't have to turn it. I just flop it back over. There we go. So now I need to, whoa. Sorry, that was super loud in y'all's ear. Okay. So y'all went to Five Below today, and they had some crochet kits. They had a stitch, and then they had 2 kits to make like little handbags. I did not buy them, but they were $6 a piece. I did get a picture of them, so I will do a short this weekend to show what they were and how much they were. It was a different brand than the one I had purchased before from there. But like I said, the one I had bought before was this one. This Friends one. And there was not enough yarn, but the pattern was quite nice. Hey, Miss Tammy. But the pattern's very detailed, so I can use it for to make the project. There just wasn't enough yarn in it. So I don't know if the other kits are the same, but they were still pretty cute. Where else did I go today? Oh, I went to Ollie's. And Ollie's has, they had some Arteza products that they did not have the last time I was there. So I'm guessing that was part of whatever craft store they bought the stock from. But so if you're looking for Arteza products, check your Ollie's if you have one. Because they're nice. They're a good quality brand. Let's see. Miss Karen said she got the Sally. She was $4.25. Oh, okay. Well, see, mine didn't have Sally. You know what? I didn't even go look at all the Halloween stuff. I bet it was over in the Halloween stuff. I didn't even look at that. I did not. Let me turn off this autofocus, y'all. There we go. I didn't. I did see they had some little gremlin things. They had a little Gizmo Squishmallow, and I almost bought him just because he was cute. Dang, now I'm wishing I had to look closer at the Halloween stuff. I didn't even think to look over there. I just went straight to I walked past the Halloween stuff, looked at some t-shirts, and went to the craft section. Hey, Drini, welcome in. And y'all, since the last time I was there, somebody at that Ollie's had been busy. They had all of the books like neat, and they had them all grouped together and stacked. It was very nice. They did some cleaning and organizing. Let's see, Miss Nancy said she just got some new color pencil from Arteza using her plaid points. Sweet! But they had, I didn't realize Arteza made crochet items, but they had some crochet thread kit packets. Not really a kit, but like a 6-pack of different colors of thread, crochet thread. And then they had, I think it was 4 were number 10s and 2 were, Nancy, what was the size you used the other day? 30? Hey, Miss Connie, welcome in. Kimberly said, I love Halloween. I would have gone to that section and camped out. See, I do too, and that's why I didn't. Because then I would have been tempted. And I was tempted in the craft section, number 3. I don't know why I was thinking 30. But anyway, so 2 of them. So 2 were 3 weight and 4 were number 10s. But I did not get them. They were $7.97. Is that what I told you, Nancy? $7, $7.99? I think $7.99. And then they also had some canvases. And the canvas was a great buy. Let's see. Took a picture. Let me find it. They about 10 canvases. I didn't take a picture. I took a video. They were $3.99 for 8x8. Can y'all see that? And there are 14 of them in there. And it's it blew it out, but it's the Canva, the little boards, the canvas stretched canvas panels. And then they also had a 12x12 one. They were more expensive for 14 piece. They were 12, I think. Yeah, $12.99. But they were 12x12 for 14 pieces. So that's still less than. Oh, I did. Nancy said that kit had pretty colors. It did. I did take a picture of it. Here's the kit. But see, I didn't need any thread because I have a whole lot of thread, but yeah. So, 2 white, a natural and a copper in the size 10, and then a white and a natural in the 3. So y'all, those were tucked in over beside the books. If y'all are familiar with your Ollies, they were over with the books, and there was a bunch of canvases, but I know each store is probably laid out completely different. So, Miss Kimberly said now that her scarecrows are done, she's trying to decide if she wants to make a potion or a spooky book next. Ooh, both. And y'all, Miss Connie has been going back live and posting content again. So welcome back, Miss Connie. I guess I could tell y'all what I'm doing. So the stitch I'm doing here on my temperature blanket is called Lemon Peel. And it's just a series of alternating single crochet and double crochet. And when worked in an even number, it's a 1-row repeat. So you're working a double crochet on your singles, and then you work a single crochet on the double crochet from the row below. And you can tell which one's the double because it's going to be pooched out a little bit. Because those single crochets bring it down. And that's what gives it that texture. You're welcome, Miss Connie. I guess I could zoom down one time so y'all could see, so you're not like staring so far away. Whoops. Miss Connie asking Nancy how she's doing. Nancy said, pretty good. Busy making items for Craft Fair on Saturday. Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. Saturday night's all right. Hey, Miss Tammy, did you see the sample swatch for the knots? She's the one that asked me about the knots initially and how well they held up. I have washed it multiple times, the little swatch, and the knots are holding up very well. Not even trying. I do need to. I still haven't woven the tails. I guess I need to do that and see how well my tail weaving is. This one's coming unraveled. Unspun. It's weird though. It's just one. But it's been washed with blue jeans. It's been washed with towels. It's been washed with everything. I just take it from the dryer and it goes right back into the washing machine. Just testing out those knots. See how well they hold up. Tammy said, fabulous. And to me, I like that knot. I've been a magic knot user for several years. But I like this new hybrid one that Miss Kimberly sent me how to do, because when you knot it, it's right. You can get it right exactly where you want your color change. So there's very little waste on the yarn. Like with the magic knot, I never could quite get it exactly where I wanted my color change to be. I would try. And sometimes I would have to like adjust my tension to get it right. But with this one, it's pretty well. Nancy said, I'm also testing out how color fast the yarns too. That's true. Very true. And these are soft yarns, so they do have some fuzz on them. You see it there? Maybe. But I'm kind of thinking I want to try that the heat gun thing that Nancy was showing on her channel. Maybe I can see it better with the gray in the background. No. But anyway, she saw a video where the lady took her heat gun and just lightly went over her acrylic yarn and it melted all these little fuzzies off. My mom says saying goodnight early. Time to go read the Bible and go to bed. Good night. But I do have a heat gun, so Nancy, what temperature does your heat gun have a temp, or is it just on and off? I don't even know. You can tell how well I use how often I use my heat gun. Karen said, I've never used that knot, or I have used that knot you're doing for a few years now and never had them come out. That's what somebody over on another platform had said, that they had been using it for years and it had never come undone. So that was great. I've only been using this one for not quite a year. I think we looked it up. It might be a year now. And nothing has come undone yet, but a lot of the stuff I've made hadn't been washed and dried and washed and dried and washed and dried a whole bunch of times. So that's why I did this little swatch, so I could just test it. Nancy said hers is just off and on. She has an industrial one, but I don't use it for crafting. Gotcha. But yeah, so what they told her to do, or the video she saw said, if you get the little, not the peels, but the little floof, the little halo that you don't want to get, it's not yarn that's meant to have a halo. And like on the amigurumis and stuff, and she just lightly went over it with the heat gun, and it looked fabulous. Worked great. Nancy said she just used it on the bee, and it looks so nice. And it didn't make it like, like when you melt plastic, it gets all hard, but it didn't do that. It just lightly, almost like shaving it off. But she said it didn't leave it rough to the touch or anything. It kept the same softness that it was before. Miss Nancy, maybe you should do, like, before you do another one, like, just do a little quick short, just showing how you do it. Just turn on the, like, show the fuzzies and then maybe, possibly, you could do that for us. That would be nice. I do also have a tutorial suggestion from a viewer. Nancy says she'll do it on the second beat. Awesome. Thank you, ma'am. Let me reach back here. Move Mr. Giraffe. Here's Mr. Giraffe. He hangs out in the background. I don't know if y'all have seen him. My youngest son brought him from California. Isn't he cute, my little baby giraffe? Okay, let's move him so he don't fall. This little guy. So I made this little guy the other night. This is a jar from Dollar Tree. And I wanted to give it that stained glass look. So I used some Folk Art Murano paint, and I did each little section a different color. Hey, Miss Lori. She said, I'll be in the bushes for a little bit before bed. Well, thank you so much for popping in. So my initial plan was I was going to go back and I was going to do these as leading. I was going to go through and color these in, but I really kind of like the way it looks without anything. So these are recessed, and then each one has these little ridges. So, but anyway, she wanted to know how I did it, so I told her I would do a tutorial for it. So I have 2 more of these jars, and I was thinking that would be really pretty if I did one in green. If I did one in green and red for Christmas, and if I did one in like this copper and maybe the copper and some green and the purple, and do it like in all fall colors. But this one has all the colors because, I'm all about all the colors. And if you're wondering what I used, it was this here. Since I turned off autofocus, let me zoom down. There we go. Hide the glare. So it's Folk Art Murano. It's transparent glass paint, and you just dab it on. It has it's got a little tip like that, so you don't need a paintbrush. You just squirt it right on. And then it's self-leveling. Now, I did lay mine flat, and I did one section at a time and let it dry. But you don't, because I was doing different colors, and I didn't want them to bleed into one another. Now, I also did this guy. Oh, hold on. My arm's not long enough, y'all. So that was the translucent, and this one is the iridescent in purple. In the purple. You see the iridescent-y of it. So you can get different finishes. And this one, I just put it all the way around, tapped it down, it self-leveled itself, and then I just let it sit and dry overnight. So it dried this way. I just left it standing up. On the other one, since I didn't want them running, I used this little guy here on one side and another little guy on the other side to keep it from rolling, and then let that section dry, and then I twisted it and then did another section and twisted. And Nancy said, that's the jar I have, the purple one. Yes. And these little guys are up, and the other ones are recessed, so it's like opposite and made the little diamonds. But this also came from Dollar Tree. And the bigger jar, this jar here has a little screw-on lid, and was $1.50. I was really thinking they had gone up to $1.75, but when I bought the 2 the other day, they were $1.50. So that must be their new colors. Kimberly says, I don't know how you did those gorgeous random colors like that. I stink at random. You have a gift. I just was like, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I just randomized it. And when I got all the way back around, I was hoping that it wasn't going to work or fall to where the only way I could do it would be the same color side by side. So, but it didn't. I thought it turned out quite well. Okay. Whoop. Nancy said, you just don't think about it. It was random, but not random. Does that make sense? Because I didn't just reach in and grab whatever. I did, but I didn't want this I didn't want the same color side by side, or yeah, that was the main thing. I just didn't want the same color side by side. And at first I tried to make sure that if I went through all of the colors, and then I went through all the colors again so that they all had the same number of squares of each color. But as I got to the back side, I just started grabbing them and doing several at a time. Woo-wee, this blanket is hot. It's halfway done. This blanket is already halfway done. Woohoo! It should be further than that, but it's not. I had other projects to work on, so this got put on the back burner. So, and I do have a few more whips that I need to finish up. I have the member whip that I started, February? That little pillow topper. I saw it when I was looking for that crochet book last week. I was like, oh, I got to finish that. Let's see. Karen said that would be great with candy or cookies, hot cocoa mix for gifts. Yes, that's what I was thinking. If I did it in Christmas colors, that's exactly what I was thinking. Putting peppermint or hot cocoa mix in it, because that lid does screw on. Whereas these, which you could use these too. This one is the one that pops on. And that other one, like I said, it screws on, so it has other things. Kimberly says, I do planned randomness. I strategically make it look like it was random. Yes, there you go. That's it. Which is the same thing. The same thing I did on Jericho. But again, I used each color on each row, but I didn't want them to be side by side. I didn't want them to be side by side on the next row above it. Like, yeah. Y'all know. But that, yeah, you could do like little cookies in that jar. And it's quite a bit bigger than some of the other ones. Nancy said, I like the screw-on lids, the pop lids that I don't have complete clip. Hey, Robert, welcome in. How are you tonight? But, yeah, I like that little jar. So, like I said, yeah, I did pick up a couple of those. They also had some of the small candy jars. They're like round, so they can, oh, I'm zoomed way down. They're round, but they have a flat bottom, and then they have like a slant on one side, so you can stand them up, and they have a screw-on lid too, where you could have the lid on top, or you could tip it so that it leans in at an angle, and you can stick your hand in at the. So, Miss Nancy has been a member for 22 months. So many projects, so little time. Yes, ma'am. Well, Robert said water main break on his street. No water till tomorrow. Bummer. We had that happen in one of our neighborhoods. They turned their water off last night. I think like at 10 p.m. They were going to fix it overnight, so they had no water all night long. That may be what they're doing to you as well, fixing it overnight. Which, I guess that's good that they're fixing it during the night when most people are sleeping, but yeah. But that's still a bummer. Let's see what time. Y'all haven't done our Jeopardy question. Let me go over there and grab that right quick. Like I said, this one is made up by moi. Miss Nancy said that happened to her parents' house a few years ago. Took all day to fix it. They had a small lake in their front yard. Oh, wow. All right. So, y'all, the category is TV history. And I don't know how many of y'all will get this. I got it because I looked it up. Because I Googled it. I don't know that I would have gotten it without knowing what the answer was. Anywho, alrighty. Category TV history. This popular TV series debuted the American version on this day, September 18th, 2005 on NBC. NBC. But this weekend there is the Crafty Ladies will be next weekend instead of this weekend because Miss Nancy has a craft show and I'm going to a fundraiser. So we will be on next week, special day. Well, this will be on Saturday. We had discussed changing the day and the time, so y'all just let us know if there's a day or time that works better for y'all, and if it works with us, then we might could give it a try. Saturday night seemed to be pretty busy, but right now that is our time. Okay, let me take a look here. That's my kiddo. I messaged them earlier, and they're like, "Oops, sorry, we've been at the creek." I sent him a picture of a shirt because at the Five Below they got those throwback shirts and stuff to the TV series. They had one that was Teletubbies, but they didn't have my size because I was gonna buy one just because for my kids. But they had Strawberry Shortcake. They had Disney. They had one of a book series that my kiddo read when he was middle school, high school. I don't know. He read them all. I was going to tell y'all what book series it is. Let me get back to it. I guess I can just show y'all. Percy Jackson. So I sent him a picture and I'm like, "Hey, do you like that?" It says Camp Half-Blood. I'm like, "Hey, do you like that shirt?" I said, "I know middle school you would have loved it." Oh, there's the Stitch crochet kit. Oh, sorry, that's a video. I forgot. I'm like, why is it moving? Nancy said, "I love their shirts. That's where I bought my crafty one. I actually have 3 of them." Oh, cool. Oh, let's see. Lori said she has a mysterious leak in her classroom that's at the top of the stairs at one of the entrances. It's super dangerous, so we roped it off this evening. Hopefully they find the source pretty quick. Oh, yeah, for sure. Wow, that would, make it very slippery at the stairs. Robert says 5 Below should be renamed to 5 Above. I know, right? Yeah, because the shirts were $5.55, but now I did buy 2 tabletop easels for $5 each. So I was pretty impressed with that price on those. Let's see. Look at these little guys. So there's the little gremlins. There's the little Gizmo Squishmallow, and then they had this little one. I don't know how much those were, but I thought they were cute. There's the one bag, the little Granny Square bag, the little daisy. See, Nancy is a little daisy. Look at that. It's just a little Granny Square that they turned into a little purse. And then maybe I didn't get the other one. I thought I did. Oh yeah, I did. They were they said $6, but they may have been less than that. And that one had a little strawberry on it. But yeah, $6. Still not too bad. But I tell you what, I'm gonna have to go back to Hobby Lobby because that new brand of the cross stitch kits that I showed y'all on my live last weekend, they have the same brand in crochet kits. Let me find it to tell y'all the name of it. So I want to go back and check them out because the prices of them was so very, very inexpensive. Okay, so, oh, that's the crochet ones. That's not the crochet ones. Hold up. That's the cross stitch ones. There they are. Okay, so they are $3.49. And they had, like, they're just cute. Look, there's a little, I don't know if he's a red panda or a fox, little chicken, but $3.99. I mean, these prices were great. So I want to check out these kits because, and the hooks in them looked really nice. They weren't those little cheapy plastic hooks. These were like really nice aluminum hooks. See? Boop. But yeah, so, and they had these little keychains kits down here for $1.99. Little cherries. But so I want to check these out. Nancy said that was a fox. Oh, look, I like the peas in a pod. But yeah, I mean, for that price, I was like, I'm for sure gonna, I didn't even tell y'all the name of that brand. 40, stop, pause, come on. It is called 44th Street Needle Company. But they're made on the thing, it says they're made for Hobby Lobby. Let's see, Karen says she got the mushroom one yesterday. Sweet. Uh-oh, Lori's playing Yarn Chicken. Wish her luck. Good luck, Lori. You've got this. Has anybody guessed the answer to the question? Or the question to the answer? Let me scroll back up. But this was a new Five Below that I had not been to. It's a new one. It's only been open for maybe a month or two, maybe. But I hadn't been in it yet. I've been over there. Well, let's see. When did I go to South Carolina? It opened that weekend, the weekend that I was in South Carolina. So what was that? Memorial Day weekend? Yeah, is when it opened. So it's been open for a couple months. So right before summer. But now they've got it stocked. So it was pretty nice. Lori said, girl, I stopped watching network TV 25 years ago. Now, this particular show, I have not watched. I haven't even watched an entire season of it. I've seen like bits and pieces of shows, but I have not. It's not a series that I watched, but I know the show. But now, I know a lot of people that have watched it and loved it, and I do know several memes have come out of the show and stuff of that nature. So the hint hidden in there is the American version of this TV series. The original TV series is a British series. So there's y'all a little hint. And I'll give y'all another little hint. One of the characters has a fabulous name. Her name is Pam. And I don't know if she was a good character or a bad character. I have no idea. Lori says The Office. Karen said Law and Order. Lori said The Office. Do, 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 do. We'll see if there's any other answers to come in before I pop up the answer question. I don't know how Jeopardy works. I get it wrong every time. Like I said, I don't know that I would have guessed this one just because it's not a show that I watched, and I definitely couldn't have told you what day or year. I just Googled TV history on this day. Nancy said, "Can I Google like you?" No. I'm going to tell you. You don't have to Google. I'm going to tell you the answer here in just a second. Tammy says, "What is IDK?" Lori said, "Oh, what is The Office?" But you did form it in the form of a question because you put The Office question mark. That's a question. Okay, so where's my banners? Okay, so for those that are listening and lurking or catching the replay or driving down the road and listening and you can't see the screen, the question is the category was TV history. This popular TV series debuted the American version on this day, September 18th, 2005 on NBC. And yes, the question is, what is The Office? Robert says, "I don't need to Google. I know everything." Me too. I don't have to Google. I have Siri. Although a lot of times she'll say, I'll ask her a question and she'll go, as if I don't know. Nancy said never watched that show. See, me either. And everybody said it was so great. And like I said, I guess I've watched bits and pieces of episodes, but Lori says, "I guess I watch network shows, just not on the network." Yeah. See, now I stream everything because, I have Hulu, but then now I also have, since most of the, most of the primetime TV show channels, ABC, CBS, NBC, they all just took them off of Hulu except for ABC and Fox. They have their own streaming platforms. So now I have Peacock and Paramount so I can watch my shows. But I couldn't tell you what day they come on regular TV, but I still keep up with them. Let's see. Karen said never watched it. Robert said it's a great show, just the American version. The British version was it? I've seen bits and pieces of it too. Of the British one. And I like Steve Carell. I think he's funny. And what's that other guy's name? John Krasinski. Is that his name? Robert said I didn't care for the British version. I haven't watched enough of it to know if I would like it or not. Like, I think I've just seen like bits and pieces and know that the American one was based off of it. And what's dude's name? Ricky Gervais was the Steve Carell is the Ricky Gervais character. Or what Ricky played in the UK, Steve Carell played on the American. Nancy says, "Thanks for reminding me. I need to watch the new Tony and Ziva." I have to watch last week's. So yes, where are my NCIS fans? Did y'all know that Tony and Ziva have a new spinoff? If not, you should go watch it. Because why not? It's Tony and Ziva. Hello. Lord said, "My guys, hubby and two sons, watch it over and over." I'm pretty sure my sister loved it. I'll have to ask her to make sure I'm remembering correctly, but I'm pretty sure she's the one that really liked it. Karen says, "I'm a movie bug. Don't like the commercials." I'm not a big fan of commercials. However, they are what they are. I don't mind them. I'm used to them. But I do like movies as well. But I stream my movies, so a lot of the movies that I stream have commercial breaks in them too, because I don't pay for the non-commercial versions of the streaming platforms. I pay for the least expensive but still can watch my shows version. Let's see. Lori said she has been watching the Outlander prequel each week. Ooh, see, now I started watching Outlander. I need to go back to it because it's one of those things where I started it, but I was also watching like a bunch of other stuff or had other stuff going on at the time. So I couldn't like focus on it. So I need to go back and watch that. Lori said I'm sucked in for sure. There are quite a few shows like that I really like, that I enjoy. I don't need, but I do, but I don't. I need to see if what is his name? It's on Prime. Reacher. Hoo-hoo. I saw 2 seasons of Reacher. I need to see if the next season's out yet, or if they're having another season of it. Because he's pretty. Woo-hoo-wee. Yes, ma'am. He is. Ooh, and there was another show that I watched that had Jensen. Oh, what the heck was it called? Did anybody else watch that? I just finished it a couple weeks ago. The final episode played. I don't even remember what streaming platform it was on. It might have also been Amazon. It might have been a Prime show. I can't remember. But he's on like a special ops team or force, but it's like police officer, FBI, like a special task force, and it's got what is his name? Dane. He was on Grey's Anatomy. Hey, Diane. She said, "Sorry, I'm late. What are you working on?" I am just working on the section on my temperature blanket that separates the 2 months. I just figured while we were sitting here chit-chatting, I would just do this. It's the lemon peel stitch. And I'm just sitting here crocheting while we chit-chat. Nancy was saying she only watched 2 episodes of that show. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, Google, let's go over here. See? Jensen Ackles new show. Look at you, Google, knowing what I'm asking. Countdown. It's called Countdown. And yes, it is on Prime. Look, see, there you go. Nancy Googled it for me. Countdown, and it's on Prime. Let me take that banner down. But it was a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. There are, but then I also watched The Summer I Turned Pretty. So what I watch is very diverse. I like what I like. Alrighty, y'all. We got just a few more minutes. Anybody got any announcements they want to share? I will let y'all know if y'all want to craft along with Nancy and I next week on the Crafty Ladies. Pick you up some gallery glass. So what the gallery glass looks like. Let me turn focus back on. Now, what's cool about gallery glass is it's going to give you the stained glass look as well, just like the Murano. However, gallery glass is removable, so you can make your own personalized custom window clings that you can then remove. So I'm going to try to do one before the live. that we can test out, so I can show you how it's removable. And so you can decorate it flat on a flat surface on a piece of glass, and then you can peel it off and then stick it on your window or on your mirror. But if you go to Walmart, they have a kit that has the leading and then all the colors. Hobby Lobby sells it, or you can also go to plaidonline.com and order it straight from the company. Or you can order it at any of the craft stores online have it as well. Walmart.com, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. But that gives y'all a little over a week. If any of y'all would like to craft along with us and you've never tried it, that's what we will be working with. That will be not this Saturday, but it's a special day. It will be next Saturday, hold on, let me get y'all the date. It will be the 27th. Nancy and I both have things going on this Saturday, so we postponed it for a week. I do not have it scheduled yet, but I will get it scheduled this weekend. I just didn't want to confuse anybody thinking that it was this weekend, but I will get it scheduled. I'll try to get it scheduled before Saturday, so if anybody shows up to watch, they will see that it's actually for they'll see that it's been postponed till next week. So, special day. Well, I'm almost to the end of this row, so I'll finish this row, then I will flip my camera and say my good nights. I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here tonight. Y'all coming and watching and chatting and lurking and catching the replays. I just appreciate each and every one of y'all. Your thumbs, they help a lot, and I do appreciate them. Right now, this blanket is warm. Come December, it's going to be warm and toasty working on it, but it'll be okay because it'll be chilly outside. Which right now we're hovering at 75. So not too hot, not chilly yet. Which for me, I like it when it's about mid 70s to low 70s. Miss Nancy says she is almost done with the bee. Just need to stuff her and make her wings. Awesome. She's really cute. I have a bee amigurumi kit that I bought from Hobby Lobby ages ago. And I've not made it. It's still in the box. She used to sit on the shelf as decor. She used to be in the background of my videos. Just hanging out in the box. Looking cute. So once I get to the end of this row, I will need to turn and then do another half a row so that my stitch counts or my row counts will end correctly when I get to December. I'm doing 2.5 rows between each month. With the exception of January, between January and February, I only did 1.5 rows. But the 1 row section, it just got lost. It was hard to see where the January ended and February began. So I started doing 2 rows between to separate them. And I didn't want to frog back February. So I guess, and I believe it was Miss Lori that suggested when I get to November, between November and December, just do 1.5 rows. That way it'll match. It'll look like it was intentional. But, so that's probably what I will do. Nancy said, make it. She's talking about the bee. pretty sure it's still sitting over there on the shelf. I don't see it at the moment, but that could just mean that Tiny has knocked it off, or it could mean that it's behind the llama yarn bowl. That is also there. Alrighty, here we are at the end of the row. I am going to pop a stitch marker in there because, just for a minute, because after this live ends, I will go ahead and finish up the gray. There we go. And that was because we had several days that the temperature did not. So I'm doing mine in 8 degrees. Is that what I'm doing them in? And so it didn't fluctuate very much. So depending upon which temperature people I looked at, so this was off weather.com, but if I looked at AccuWeather, it still only fluctuated about the same, but it was a temperature or two higher. So if I had to use them, this section here would have been a combination of pale pink and red. Just a lot of variations of that. So I did not frog it back. I just left it. But going forward, I'm probably going to be using AccuView just because, or AccuWeather, AccuView. Oh my goodness, AccuWeather, because I was comparing it as the temps were happening, and they were a little more accurate to what my specific area was. So I don't know where Weather Channel was getting their temps for my location. I don't know if they were using Nashville Airport or what. But anyway, so that's probably what I'm going to be doing. Diane says, you're doing it in the lemon peel. Yes, I am. Just because I think it gives it a really nice texture. And I wanted it to be a little different. But it's very colorful. And there's my center. I'm doing a half a row per day so that it's not super huge. So it's got like a line going down the center. So when it's done, it'll look like I took 2 blankets and sewed them together, but I'm just switching off colors right down the middle. But yeah, so that's how I'm doing it. Alrighty, let me flip my camera. Do all my little clickety click clicks. Here's what it looks like. Ta-da! So down here at the bottom, we had had the tealies and the blues. Some pink. So I think if I do another one, I may make my temperature range smaller. Maybe. I don't know. Or for the lower temps, do it like in 10-degree increments or the 8-degree like I've done it. But then when I get up to, say, the summer months where the temps just stay pretty consistent in the mid-80s to the low 90s, then I could do it in 5. Did I do it in odd or even stitch count? You mean? I did it in an even stitch count so that it's a 1-row repeat. And then I'm doing, I think 85. I think each day is 85 stitches. Does that sound right? Let me look. Yeah, I think I did 85. I think I do 85 stitches per day. Hey, Laura. Welcome in. But when it's done, it should be a nice little throw size for the couch. It won't be huge because, like I said, I didn't do a day. I didn't do a whole row per day. I only did half. But Ivy B shared one when I first started where she did the high and the low every day and did like the number of hours of daylight. And so it had like this really cool like curve going down the center of it, which was really neat. So yeah, I may have to do that because I keep thinking about it. But if I do that one, I'm going to do it in a thinner yarn so that I can do each day as one row, which you you would obviously have to if you're going to do high and low to get the curve going. But yeah, it was really pretty. And you have to cut for that one to work. You have to start from the same side each time. So you can't like turn. So you have a lot of tails to weave if you do it that way. But it was really cool looking. I liked it. And there are other people that have done it. You can just Google temperature blanket with high and low and see the curve up the middle. It's really neat. Alrighty, y'all. Woo. I'm looking for my little banner. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Looking for the videos. There we go. All right, y'all. Let's see. I haven't played y'all a video in a hot minute, so this is for everybody for being here tonight. Thank you so very much. And congratulations, Lori won with Yarn Chicken, and she had plenty to spare. So yay! She said, "Now it is time for bed. Nighty night." Awesome. Let me see. Cynthia from Cynthia's Joyful Creations told me about the overlay, which is what I had on when I first came up. So this is. Can y'all still hear me? You should be still able to hear me. It's supposed to pop it up, and then you can still hear me. So thank you to each and every one of y'all for being here tonight. And I think I could just click it off. But I guess you can also do, I can also upload videos to play like that. And it just, because the other video clips, they mute you. But those just stay there. So let me go back over here. And Nancy said, yes, I can. See, so that's cool. So you can put that up and it doesn't mute all the thingies. And I think I have to play around with it. There's some other stuff. There are some other updates in StreamYard that they've done. And I tried to do one of them before the live started, but I couldn't find exactly where it was at. So I'm going to have to go back and look at it again. But yeah, they're always adding new features. Yes, they do move stuff around, but they have added in some new things. Now, the overlay is not new. It's just something that I've never played around with. And Cynthia was talking about it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try that and see, and I liked it. It's just pretty neat if I can remember to click on it. But anyway. All right, y'all. I hope y'all have a fabulous, fabulous night. Remember, be creative. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.